Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Astro Comics. It's me, John, and today we'll be reviewing Ultimate Spider-Man Trade Paperback 1. I read this a few days ago, a few weeks ago, actually. I think it was last week. And I have to say, it's a pretty good comic. It's a Spider-Man comic, and this will be the first Spider-Man comic that we'll review on the channel. Not the first Spider-Man thing we done. We actually did two Spider-Man tier lists a few days ago. Ranking Spider-Man movies and ranking Spider-Man suits. But yeah, today we'll review Ultimate Spider-Man Trade Paperback 1, written by Brian Michael Bendis, whose another comic I have, New Avengers. I'll show it to you right now. Here you can see the New Avengers. So if you actually collect a bunch of these comics, like a whole picture gets made. I read this comic, it's pretty good. I will review it in the future, but it's a pretty good comic. I'll show it to you right now, actually. Here. But this video is about this comic. We'll review this in the future, okay? So the Ultimate Spider-Man basically follows Peter Parker and his first time being Spider-Man stuff. The first few issues, like, it's not really anything interesting. We just follow Peter. He gets bullied and stuff, and eventually he gets bitten by the radioactive spider at Osborn Corp and Norman Osborn's company, basically. And he gets all these powers. He can crawl on the walls, he makes web shooters, yada yada yada. We all know Spider-Man's powers, no need to explain them. And basically Peter, his life is now changing, and he goes from this nerd to he wants to gain some respect, and he gets it. He also starts a wrestling career, however it doesn't end so well, and he's a little bit of an asshole, really. I'll have to see how he will be in the future issues, but he's a little bitch in this one. A thief steals from a restaurant, and Peter doesn't even make him trip or get back the money. Peter just lets him, and when the owner is like, "Why didn't you stop?" and Peter was like, "Not my problem." Peter, you little bitch. I'm glad Uncle Ben died. Spoiler alert. I mean, it's not spoiler alert, but yeah, Uncle Ben dies. The dude who stole that also killed Uncle Ben. Not like in the Spider-Man movies where Uncle Ben was killed on the street. In this movie, it's a home invasion. So Peter, he has to stop wrestling because the manager thinks Peter stole some money, so Peter now has to stop wrestling. But still, he wants to be a superhero now. So he tries to stop the Kingpin. There's a really funny fight scene with Peter and Kingpin, and Peter's like, "You're fat. You sweat marshmallows." When they had to take your school picture, they had to use a helicopter and other stuff. Pretty hilarious. I'm a fat person though, so I don't know why I'm laughing at that. So Peter also meets some of his most iconic villains that will appear in the future. So Green Goblin, Kingpin, Electro, and others. I like this version of Green Goblin much more than the movies because they're really three versions of Green Goblin that we always see in Spider-Man media. You have the first version, which is this early 60s to future. I'll say 90s. Basically Green Goblin, which is just a guy with a really realistic Green Goblin mask, and all he really has is his glider and the pumpkin bombs. Worst version so far. Then you got the second version, which is basically the version that the Sam Raimi movies really got viral, and it's basically the high-tech Green Goblin. He's got a high-tech suit, he's got the glider and everything. That's the Willem Dafoe Green Goblin. And that version also, we saw that version in other media. And the third, and my personal favorite, is the Goblin emphasis on the Green Goblin. So basically, he's more of a creature than a guy, a suit. He's only got a glider and maybe the pumpkin bombs, but really, he mostly got real powers. And this is the version we see in Ultimate Spider-Man, which I really like. He's just got these fireballs that he can make out of his own hands, and it's really crazy. So Green Goblin attacks the school, and Peter has to stop him. And it's the first time we meet Spider-Man as a superhero. Uh, and the cops think Spider-Man is also a villain, so they also try to stop him. And, Peter's like, he's cocky and everything. He's not the Spider-Man we know and love who protects the innocents. He's like he's new to the stuff, so Another change that I've really noticed is that this Peter Parker, he gets bitten by a spider in front of everyone. And it's not like in the movies where he gets bitten and it's like he just throws it down and stomps on it, like we saw in the Sam Raimi movies. In this movie, like, the spider is fucking huge, bites on his hand, and he's like, "Oh my fucking god, my hand!" What? This is the first time I've yelled on camera, and it's the most horrible thing ever. But yeah, he just throws the spider at MJ, and she's also so screams, and then someone kills the spider. No, he gets bitten in front of everyone, so everyone knows he was bitten by a spider, and everyone thinks he's a freak now. I mean, he was already a freak, but By the way, guys, water, gotta stay hydrated while making the video. Comically large cup, I love these. But anyways, yeah, I think the art's pretty nice. He's got this cartoony art style, which we haven't seen really on this channel. We see more realistic art style. The only similar thing is in Deadpool versus Black Panther. By the way, check out that review. That was a pretty good review. Also, guys, real quick, excuse me, but I forgot to mention who this comic was drawn by. It was drawn by Mark Bagley. Yeah, it was drawn by him. Sorry, I forgot to mention. I was carried away by New Avengers, and I forgot. But yeah, overall, this is a really classic Spider-Man story. It'll be really nice. I know the ending to the story is kind of shit. I don't want to spoil anything. I already know the ending a little bit. I know like the basics of the ending, but I don't know everything about it, so no. I'll have to read trade paperback too. I might start doing that today, but I have some other things on my mind. But yeah, this was Ultimate Spider-Man trade paperback 1. Great start to I hope a great series. So yeah, I got a lot of action, got a lot of drama, got a lot of bitchy Peter Parker. But yeah, for a final rating, I'll give this comic a 9.5 out of 10. Woo! Congrats, Ultimate Spider-Man, on a 9.5 out of 10. Also, I'm going to do a quick shout out. Quick shout out to John Jett and John Reese for sponsoring this video. Thanks to John Jett and John Reese for making this video possible. Anyways, this was Astro Comics signing off. See you guys in the next video.